Words are not just sounds, they are psychological footprints. When a woman secretly likes a man, she may never confess it directly, but her choice of words, the way she phrases sentences, and the small slips in her speech can expose what she is trying to hide. Psychologists have long observed that attraction leaks out in language. A simple pronoun, a certain way of asking questions, or even repeating his name more than usual, these things can reveal more than she intends. Men often miss these clues because they sound ordinary. But if you know what to listen for, her words can speak louder than any love letter. In this video, we will uncover the hidden language of attraction, the phrases, the slips, and the verbal patterns women use when they secretly like someone. What you're about to learn will change the way you listen forever. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way, you never miss our breakdowns of the hidden side of human behavior. The psychology of language attraction. Every word a person speaks carries more than just meaning. It carries emotion, attention, and intention. When a woman secretly likes someone, she may think she is keeping her feelings private. But psychology shows that her language often betrays her before her actions do. Why does this happen? Because the human brain struggles to hide attraction. Emotions live deep in the subconscious, and when we speak, small cracks appear. Think of it like ink leaking through thin paper. No matter how careful someone tries to be, a trace always shows. A woman who likes a man may unconsciously adjust her vocabulary. She uses softer tones, more personal words, or shifts the way she structures sentences. For example, instead of speaking in short, detached responses, she may add extra details, as if extending the conversation without realizing why. This is not just politeness, it is the brain's way of staying close. One powerful sign is how often she uses your name. Research in social psychology confirms that using someone's name activates attention in the brain. When a woman repeats a man's name more than necessary, it often signals a hidden desire to create closeness. She may not even notice she is doing it. Another clue lies in the way she mirrors language. If he uses a certain word, she adopts it too. If he jokes in a specific style, she echoes the rhythm. This mirroring is rarely planned. It is a natural instinct the brain uses to signal connection. Studies on human communication show that people in attraction states unconsciously copy each other's words and tones, as a form of bonding. Her laughter also carries meaning. Not all laughter is the same. If she laughs more easily at his words, even when the joke is not that funny, psychology explains it as affiliative laughter, laughter meant to build a bridge. It is less about the joke, more about showing, I enjoy you. There is also the matter of word choice. Women who are secretly interested tend to use more emotional words when speaking to the man they like. Instead of neutral phrases, she might add warmth, that's nice, that's sweet, that sounds exciting. These small additions act like emotional fingerprints. The most revealing slip is when her sentences start including him in the future without planning it. She may casually say things like, if we ever go there, or, we should try that. This shift from I to we is rarely conscious. In psychology, it is called inclusion language, and it often leaks out when attraction is present. So, language becomes more than just communication. It becomes confession. A confession she may never intend to give, but one you can hear if you pay attention. Subtle phrases that reveal interest. Attraction rarely announces itself with loud signals. Instead, it hides in the small cracks of everyday conversation. The truth is, when a woman secretly likes a man, she often drops certain phrases without realizing how revealing they are. These words sound casual, but psychology shows they hold a deeper pull. One of the most telling is when she says, "You remind me of." This phrase creates an instant personal link. Even if she compares him to a movie character or random person from her past, the hidden message is, I am thinking of you in a special frame. It is a way of placing him in her memory, carving out a private corner where he exists. Another phrase is, I wish you were here. On the surface, it sounds innocent, but psychologically, it shows a longing for shared presence. People do not invite others into their imagination unless there is attraction. If she casually slips this into a chat, it signals that he has entered her inner world, not just her daily conversation. Pay attention when she uses extra care with small compliments. Instead of general words like nice or good, she may use phrases like that looks so good on you, or you always know how to make me laugh. The key here is personalization. Compliments become focused and specific, showing that her attention is locked onto him rather than floating around in politeness. Subtle teasing is another clue. If she says, oh, that's so typical of you, or I can already tell what you're going to say, it may sound playful, but psychology calls this intimacy play. It is a way of claiming closeness without openly admitting it. Teasing becomes a safe mask for attraction, she can deny it as, just joking, but the pattern reveals comfort and hidden interest. There is also the shift in curiosity. If she asks, "Have you eaten?" or "Did you get home safe?" these are not just random questions. They are caretaking phrases. Studies show that when attraction exists, the brain's empathy circuits activate more strongly. She wants to know details about his well-being, even if it has nothing to do with her directly. Notice the way she adds "we" into conversations. "We should try that," or "we would be great at that." This is subtle but powerful. Language experts say that the move from "you" and "I" to "we" happens when a person starts building a shared identity in their mind. She may never admit it aloud, but the brain slips. The most dangerous phrase, however, is silence filled with extra words. When she keeps conversations alive with phrases like "anyway," or "so yeah," it means she does not want the connection to end. People who are not interested let conversations die. People who are secretly attracted find ways to stretch them. So, interest is rarely shouted. It whispers in these small lines, lines that seem meaningless to outsiders but carry weight if you listen carefully. Emotional slips in conversation. When attraction is hidden, it leaks through emotions more than logic. A woman may try to control her words, but the unconscious always finds a way out. Psychologists call these moments emotional slips, unplanned expressions that show her deeper feelings without her consent. One of the clearest slips happens when her voice changes. Normally, people speak in a steady rhythm. But when she likes a man, her tone may soften, rise slightly in pitch, or carry a smile that her mouth does not show. She might not even notice it, but the body reacts before their mind has time to censor. It is as if her voice betrays her secrets. Another slip appears in timing. If she replies faster than usual, it signals eagerness. If she lingers too long before answering, it may mean she is overthinking, trying to craft the right response because she cares how she sounds. Either way, the normal flow of communication is broken. That disruption itself is a clue of hidden emotion. Then there are the unguarded laughs. Not the polite chuckles everyone gives, but sudden, real laughter at even small remarks. Studies show that laughter is a social bonding tool. The brain releases dopamine when we laugh with someone we like. If her laughter feels too generous, too quick, or out of place, it often means her feelings are pulling ahead of her restraint. Accidental endearments are another tell. She might say, "You're sweet," or "That's cute," and then quickly brush it off. These slips matter because attraction lowers a person's guard. Words reserved for close bonds suddenly escape in casual talk, exposing emotions she was not planning to share. Watch for moments when her emotions break pattern. If she suddenly gets jealous when another woman's name comes up, or she grows quiet when the man talks about someone else, that silence itself is a slip. Jealousy is difficult to hide. It changes facial muscles, breathing, even typing speed in messages. The smallest shift can reveal more than her actual words. Another emotional leak comes in storytelling. She may tell a story where she plays the victim or the hero, hoping for sympathy or admiration. These are not random, they are unconscious tests, designed to see how he reacts. If he comforts her, she feels closer. If he admires her, she feels validated. Her choice of stories reveals her emotional investment in his response. Even interruptions can be revealing. If she cuts into his sentence with "No, no, what I mean is," or "Wait, tell me more about that," it shows she is emotionally charged in the moment. People who are indifferent let words pass. People who care cannot stop themselves from diving in. What makes these slips powerful is that they are hard to fake. Anyone can control compliments, but not the microseconds of hesitation, the sudden laugh, or the unintended word of affection. These cracks in the surface are where true attraction hides. The role of body language in words. When a woman likes a man, her body speaks louder than her words. What is fascinating is how this body language often sneaks into her speech without her realizing it. It is not just what she says, but how she says it that reveals the truth. Take the pauses, for example. A simple question like, "How was your day?" can stretch into a softer pause before the next sentence. That silence is not empty, it is filled with attention. Her body is leaning forward, even if you cannot see it. Her mind is holding space for his answer. The pause becomes a signal of interest. Look at her choice of words. Sometimes, women mirror the phrases or slang a man uses. This is not random. Psychologists call it linguistic mirroring. It is the body's way of creating closeness. By repeating his style, she sends a silent message: "I am like you. I get you." Even small words like "yeah" or "right" placed at the right time can carry more intimacy than a direct confession. Now consider tone and rhythm. If her speech speeds up, it shows excitement. If it slows down, it shows comfort. Both are signs of emotional investment. The body controls the rhythm automatically. Her breathing changes. Her heart rate shifts. All of that spills into her voice. She may not know it, but her words have already betrayed her. Even laughter is part body, part voice. When she leans her head back while laughing, it shows freedom. When she hides her smile with her hand, it shows she is trying to control her feelings. In both cases, the body is louder than the joke itself. Another strong clue is how she uses space in conversation. If she likes a man, she may add small details that are unnecessary, not because the details matter, but because she wants the moment to last longer. This is body language hidden inside language. Her words expand, but the real message is, stay with me a little more. Sometimes, attraction shows up in slips of politeness. She may whisper, sorry, when it is not needed, or say, thank you, too often. These are not just manners. They are signs of sensitivity, of trying to stay in his good favor. The body leans into humility when the heart leans into desire. Even digital words carry body language. In texts, the use of extra letters, emojis, or delayed replies mirrors the same signals. A laughing emoji is not just a symbol, it is the digital body's way of leaning closer. A delay in reply may signal overthinking, the same way hesitation does in real life. The hidden truth is this: body language and spoken language are never separate. They feed into each other. Words carry the rhythm of breath, the tilt of the head, the smile behind the lips. If you learn to read the body inside the words, you can see attraction long before it is spoken. Final signs: the hidden smile. There is one sign that goes beyond words, tone, or even laughter. It is the smile. A woman's smile can be polite, fake, forced, but when she likes a man, the smile carries a different weight. Psychologists call it the Dutchen smile, where the eyes and mouth move together. But this smile is not just science, it is an unconscious confession. Notice how the smile appears at moments when there is no joke, no reason. A man may say something ordinary, and still, her lips curve softly. That is not entertainment, that is affection breaking through her control. The smile becomes the body's secret letter, written in curves, not in ink. The hidden smile is often brief. She may turn her head away to hide it. She may press her lips together after it slips out. But the attempt to hide it only makes it more real. If a smile fights to stay hidden, it is not politeness. It is desire. Another layer is the timing of the smile. When a woman likes a man, she smiles at the end of his sentences. It is as if her smile is sealing his words, keeping them close. In groups, she may smile more when he speaks, less when others do. This selective reaction is not coincidence. It is focus. Her eyes are part of the smile too. A true smile wrinkles the corners of the eyes, but attraction makes the eyes linger. The gaze stays just a moment too long, then looks away. That small battle between wanting to look and needing to hide creates tension, and the smile sits in the middle of that battle. Think about how she uses her smile to soften her own words. If she teases him, the smile cushions the edge. If she compliments him, the smile locks it in place. Without the smile, the words could be empty. With it, they turn into signals of warmth. Even silence can carry the smile. Sometimes, after hearing something simple, she will only smile instead of replying. That pause is more powerful than words. It says, I feel something, but I cannot say it. It is attraction disguised as quietness. The most telling moment is when the smile shows up in memory. A man may walk away, and she still smiles to herself. No audience, no reason, just a private curve of the lips. That is the purest sign. The body does not fake joy when no one is watching. In dark psychology, the smile is seen as both a weapon and a weakness. It can attract, it can protect, it can expose. When a woman smiles in this hidden way, she may not want anyone to know, but the truth always slips through the corners of her lips. The lesson is simple: watch the smile, not the words. Words can lie. A smile, when it breaks free at the wrong time, reveals the heart. And once you see that hidden smile, you can never unsee it.